I'm not gonna lie, as much as Spider-Man was out of the way in issue 1, he is front and center in issue 2. This might as well be The Amazing Spider-Man featuring Joe Fixit, but it's still a good comic book. My name is Dorian, this is SEM Comics. We have covered the complete Joe Fixit series with Joe Fixit number 2. So it starts off with the Kingpin meeting with one of his scientists, and the dude goes, "Mr. Fisk, I wasn't expecting you right now." And the Kingpin goes, "Your expectations have no relevancy with me right now." It was very Dr. Doom-esque. So the Kingpin asks, "How's a neurotoxin coming?" And the dude goes, "Problem is, it's Spider-Man's mask. I don't know if it can penetrate it." And the Kingpin goes, "Well, what if we're not talking about a masked opponent? What about somebody that doesn't wear a mask?" And the dude goes, "Then it should work." And he goes, "Excellent. Sounds like a party." So then it switches to Spider-Man, and he's stepping off an elevator, and he's talking to MJ about the Hulk. And he kind of gets in the guy's way, and the dude goes, "Hey, watch where you going, Jameson, you idiot." And Spider-Man goes, "It's amateur hour stuff, but it's totally worth it." And he goes, "I wonder if it was too much to put Jonah's last name on the back of his shirt." So then he goes to Joe Fixit's suite, and there's a girl standing outside, and she goes, "Are you a friend of Joe?" And then first Spider-Man's like, "Joe," and then he has to think to himself, like, "Oh yeah, his name is Joe Fixit," because he always calls him the Hulk. And he's like, "Yeah, we're good friends. We go way back." And then he goes into the room. I'm not gonna lie, as soon as I saw this page, this took me right back to the Ultimate Universe and the Ultimate Hulk when he had that harem of women. I'm like, Joe Fixit out here, like, I don't know what you heard about me. But also too, a cool little Easter egg. If you look at Spider-Man's jersey, he has 62 on it. He was created in 1962. So then Joe Fixit goes, "Hey Spidey, make yourself comfortable on anywhere or anyone." And Spider-Man's still talking to MJ, and he goes, "Let me give you a call back." And then it just gets so much worse. So then Spider-Man goes, "Sorry Joe, this is not my speed." And Joe goes, "Why not? You're young, you like girls, right? If not, we can accommodate you on whichever way you swing. No pun intended." I'm thinking to myself, no, it should have been pun intended. Sasha from Casley Comics would have been all over that. By the way, congratulations on your new baby. So Spider-Man dips out, and then it goes to Kingpin, and he's in the gym with some big dude. So the Kingpin's like, "I need you to attack me with everything you got." And the dude's like, "I'd rather not." And the Kingpin hits him with a neurotoxin, and all of a sudden dude's like, "I've been looking for an excuse to cut loose." And all of a sudden these big huge claws come out of his hands, and he's just got bigger. And then he goes and he attacks the Kingpin. The Kingpin looking, he's about to fight him. So then it switches to Peter Parker. He's out of his Spider-Man outfit, and he is feeling my pain. He goes, "So I wonder what all the cool guys in Vegas will be doing, like Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr. And then he goes, "Probably wondering why these modern day tourists don't know who they are." And he goes, "Excuse me, miss, do you know who Dean Martin is?" And then she goes, "Dean of what? A college?" He goes, "Yeah, never mind." So then this limousine pulls up, and it's the Kingpin. He gets out the car, and he goes to Peter Parker, and he's like, "What are you staring at?" And then Peter goes, "You got a cut on your cheek." And the Kingpin goes, "Oh, I guess I do. I guess I got a little sloppy during the workout." He goes, "Thanks for pointing that out." And he goes, "Do I know you?" Peter goes, "No." And he goes, "Do you know me?" And Peter's like, "Yeah, you're the Kingpin, Wilson Fisk." And the Kingpin's like, "Are you scared of me?" And he goes, "No, we're out in public. What are you gonna do?" So Kingpin goes to punch Peter, and he stops his fist right in his face, and Peter doesn't move. And Kingpin's like, "You're a brave lad." And Peter goes, "Thanks." Kingpin's like, "You remind me of my son." And Peter's like, "Should I take that as a compliment?" And the Kingpin goes, "Well, he tried to kill me and destroy my organization, but he was very thorough and adept." So the Kingpin has him 100 and goes, "Here, go have some fun." And then Peter whistles, looks at the 100, throws it on the ground, and goes, "Okay, this is going to be fun." So Spider-Man knows that this is a trap. Like, Spider-Man knows the Kingpin like the back of his hand. A lot of people don't know this. Everybody associates Kingpin with Daredevil, but Kingpin actually started off as a Spider-Man villain. So obviously Joe Fixit is looking at the security feed, and he sees the Kingpin walks in, so he starts to get dressed, and this girl's like, "Oh, where you going, Joe?" He goes, "To take care of this guy called the Kingpin." And she goes, "That's what they call the fifth pin." He says, "In bowling, you can't knock down the rack without hitting the fifth pin. That's why they call it the Kingpin." And then Joe Fixit goes, "Well, it's time for me to knock down the Kingpin." So Kingpin sits at the table and goes, "Deal me in." And then Joe shows up and he goes, "Me too." And Kingpin's like, "Well, this is a surprise." And Joe's like, "I do that." So the Kingpin goes, how much is Getty paying you? And Joe's like, excuse me? He goes, whatever he's paying you, I'll double it. And then Joe's like, oh, okay. And he calls over this waiter to bring him a drink, and he just throws it right in the Kingpin's face. So the Kingpin wipes his face, and he goes, I take that as a no. And he goes, all right, plan B. And Joe's like, oh, so what is plan B exactly? And the Kingpin's like, you work for me anyway. And then Joe snaps his fingers to the waiter, is like, bring me another drink. And he goes, nah, how you gonna do that? So the Kingpin hits him with the neurotoxin, and Spider-Man knows right away that this ain't good. So then the Kingpin goes, destroy this place, then kill Michael Getty. And then Joe Fixit's like, kill. And the Kingpin's like, correct. Enjoy working for him. So Joe Fixit's hulking out. Spider-Man goes to go change into his outfit. He gets out the bathroom and bumps right into the Kingpin. So Kingpin goes, you, and then just swings on him. Spider-Man ducks, hits him with an up. It's like, up, can't chat, gotta go. So Spider-Man's trying to calm down Joe Fixit. Joe Fixit throws the table at him. Spider-Man webs him up. So obviously the webs aren't going to hold him. And then right at that time, Michael Getty steps out of the elevator. Joe Fixit turns around and it starts roaring. So the Spider-Man shoots his web and grabs Mr. Getty and moves him right out the way right before Joe Fixit comes down with a fist. And Mr. Getty is like, Joe Fixit's going out of his mind. He says, yeah. And Spider-Man is like, I need to get scarce. And Michael Getty is like, I ain't leaving out my own casino. Then all of a sudden the table comes at him and they go, whoa. And he goes, all right, you know what? I'm about to leave. Spider-Man's like, that's a good idea. Now, for those of y'all that are old enough, you've seen this before.
Oh, you want something too, old man? Huh? No.
So Spider-Man goes, I need to get his attention. And there's only one way I know how to do that. And he starts putting them paws on him. But unfortunately, it's not enough. Joe Fixit pulls him down. And it's like, bad news. You got it. And then you might as well cue in Braun Strowman because Spider-Man's about to